Guys, what is up? What's going on out there today? It is Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another short message for you today. The title of this being, Are you known as this kind of player? And it is a question. And look, you know, your reputation as the kind of player that you are is really kind of divided into kind of two categories. And there's definitely one kind of player that you want to be known as, and then there's one kind of player that I think a lot of players are known as. I love to play against those guys. And we're going to get into that in just a second. Before we do, want to make sure that if you have not yet picked up my free 9-minute video on my four parts between points system routine, so that you manage 80% of the time that we're on the court in the match, only about 80% of the time in the match. I should say 80% of the time on average in our matches is spent not playing points, is spent between points and inside changes. And when you manage that time really well, good things tend to happen over and over again in each point. Right down below when we're done today, I want you to go ahead and click that link. Just drop in a first name and email address, and you will get access to that free 9-minute video. Guys, look, let's talk about the two types of players. And there's one of them that you want to be known as. You want to have this reputation. Um, I used to be the kind of player that I could hit outright winners from time to time, but way too often, I would go for that outright winner and miss. And the ratio was not good. I mean, you hit that winner one time and you think, well, this is how I got to win points against this opponent, or this is what I want to be known as, or this is what feels great, right? Hitting that winner. And you just are in denial about all the other times that you've gone for something big, try to thread the needle and miss. And so I love to play against those guys because I know that um, if I just feed them enough opportunities to miss, I know they're gonna ding it from time to time, but most of the time they're not. And the best part is almost, that might sound a little whatever, but is watching them miss a few and just going crazy over there, right? Just getting frustrated. And so look, here's the kind of player that you want to be known as. First of all, you want that reputation that you never ever stink and miss a ball. And I know that's not what actually happens, because we all miss shots from time to time and we all miss some easy balls from time to time, and that's okay. But you want to be known as that player out there that rarely ever misses. And I'm not talking you got to be the big pusher that just, lobs everything. I'm talking about hitting high quality shots that you just never ever, rarely if ever, miss. And it doesn't mean that you're redlining swing speed. You're not redlining having to, just thread the needle over there, one corner to the other. You're hitting a high quality ball. And for me, it's basically right back at them, right back at the middle of the court. I want to get some height, I want to get some depth, and I want to force them to have good footwork to get out of the way. Because when they don't do that, what happens is now I get a short ball. And now there's a wide open court over there, and hitting the outright winner in that situation happens way more often than if you're trying to stay back in the baseline and and go for the big highlight top 10 ESPN shot of the day once in a while. Okay, all right, that's fine. I don't want to be known as that guy. I want to be known as the guy that never ever misses. I want to be known as the guy that if you're going to beat me today, man, you're going to have to bring so much more to the party than if you're known as that other kind of player that just, once in a while hits a great looking shot, hits a winner, but way too often misses. So hope that makes sense. And look, the way to be known as the guy that never ever misses, play high quality stuff right up the middle third of the court, just right up there, right? And throw in a few drop shots now and then. Rather than making them move side to side, throw in a little disguise, right? Where it looks like, man, I'm going back up the middle of the court, that middle third of the court again, and whoop, there goes the dropper. Now all of a sudden they've got to defend from on top of the baseline over there where they don't like to, or inside the baseline where they don't like to, because they gotta be they got to be aware that, or they are aware now that there's always a chance that you might throw in the little dropper. I'd rather have opponents more concerned about moving up and back than side to side. Um, all right, get out there and practice this stuff, and just get bored with it, and just love it, and just eventually realize that once you change your reputation into that guy who just never ever misses, and again, I'm not talking about slow, easy, pushy type balls. No, I'm talking about high quality, whether it's top, whether it's underspin, whatever it is. But you've got a safe distance over the top of the net, and it's deep, right? And so and forcing them to feel like they got to go for winners. And if they, because they just they don't have the mental capacity to be able to stay in the point like you can. That's the rep. That's the reputation that you want to have. Guys, hope this has been helpful today. Let me know down below what's on your mind. Any comments, any questions, remarks, feedback. Love to read your stuff and then respond to it. Might take me a day or two, but I promise that I will. And like I mentioned at the very top today, look, you got to get organized between points. You got to get organized with on average, 80% of the match is spent either between points or on side changes. And when you manage that time, when you discipline yourself to not wander mentally all over the map during 80% of the match, you're very disciplined with it. Good things tend to happen consistently with the other 20% of the match, which is playing points. If you've not yet picked up my free 9-minute video, there's a link right down below. I want you to click it, drop in a first name, email address, and you'll get access to that, what I think is a game changing video. Um, Guys, that's it. It's time. We got to get out. We got to get out there today. Got to help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, I'll see you again next time.